beautiful families, and welcome back. I'm Estrella, your lovely host. The incident today is a soggy one. I'll dub this incident Watery Grave. Allow the evidence to speak for itself. Let's get into it. This incident happened to a man named Jacob Jennings. He was 23 years old and an only child to Mary and Jean Jennings. He is around 5'9", short blonde hair, and hazel eyes. And he was a pretty muscular guy. He was going to college at Virginia Tech, and while he was very into sports and was even the quarterback for the football team, he was trying to get his master's degree in sciences of fisheries and wildlife conservation. He grew up in Blacksburg, Virginia, so it wasn't too far away from the Appalachian Mountains where he could do some outdoor activities in the woods, whether it be hiking, fishing, and assignments for his classes. I absolutely love hiking, fishing, and just all around nature. And sadly, here in the Midwest, you don't have much for heavily wooded areas, but I've heard of the woods in Appalachia. The weirdness that resides within them. It has been said, if you hear screaming, no, you didn't. Just ignore it, don't go looking for it, there isn't anyone there that needs help. His mother currently works at the hospital in town as a nurse, and his father is an in-ground pool salesman. As a teen, Jacob was very athletic, participating in a lot of sports such as football, basketball, track, and his favorite sport, swimming. His parents always thought his mother gave birth to a little fishy because when he was just a baby, his parents were throwing a get-together for his birthday, and he crawled towards the pool and plopped right in. His parents freaked out, thinking he was going to drown when they finally noticed his absence and where he had gone, and that was straight to the in-ground pool that had just gotten installed. But alas, little Jakey was just swimming around, his diaper bulging from the amount of water that filled it. He was a natural-born swimmer, so it was no surprise when Jacob had acquired several medals in the sport. I wasn't the very sporty type in school. I ran track and did cheerleading, but that was honestly about it. And what about you guys? Let me know down in the comments if you're into sports and what sports you enjoy. And Jacob lived at home with his parents and got along with both of them pretty well. I think living at home and going to college is very smart. Being able to pay for college and focus on that first before going out on your own is a good move. And according to Gary, the testimonies that he had gotten from his parents, they were very proud of Jacob for all that he's accomplished. And when he went missing, it was devastating to everyone. You know what would also be devastating? If you didn't like, share, subscribe, and hit that noti bell. Just do that. Thanks. And whenever he wasn't swimming, which wasn't very often, as he also worked at the local public swimming pool as a lifeguard. It was an indoor-outdoor type of pool, so it was open all year round. Despite being around a pool for hours on end, he was always looking for another pool, another swimming spot. Which leads me up to the incident. It was the middle of summer, July 5th, 2021. Jacob was out and about just getting off his shift at the local public pool. He was going to take a few laps once everyone left, but decided against it. And as he was leaving, he overheard some people talk about a new pool that had just popped out of nowhere. And trying to listen more closely, get all of the details of where this mysterious pool was and how to find it. Now, I know what you're thinking. Who in what world would go searching for a mysterious pool that just randomly popped into existence? Someone who is obsessed with swimming and being in the water. That's who. I enjoy swimming just like the next person, but I don't honestly think I would go out and search for a random pool that just poofed itself into place. But that's just me. Anyway, back to the events that leading up to the incident. Jacob, figuring out where this pool just was, began his journey to it. Messaging his parents, letting them know he was going to be out a little later than usual, just out of respect for their time. He knew they were still both at work, so he didn't expect an immediate answer. And arriving at the location, it was a heavily wooded area. Weird place for a pool just to be there, huh? But I digress. He first noticed the cool water feature at the far end of the pool, and on the other end was a set of stairs. In getting closer to the edge of the pool, he didn't notice any smell of chlorine like any other pool he's been to. It must be a saltwater pool, he thought. In glancing at the bottom of the pool, he then noticed a small pool vacuum unit just chugging along the bottom. It's surprisingly clean for being all the way out here. No bugs, no leaves, nothing. Jacob shrugged and began to undress. He only had to take his shirt off because he was already wearing his swim trunks, and he wore swim shoes almost on a daily basis. In stepping into the pool, the water was a little cool, but as he continued down the steps, his body adjusted to the temperature. Starting to swim laps, Jacob was having the time of his life, which would be cut very short, very soon. And as he rounded to do another lap, he started to notice the water temperature rising. And it was at an uncomfortable speed. His skin started to tingle, like, the sensation when your arm is just waking up from falling asleep, that tingly, stinging sensation? Yeah, that, except all over. His face, body, even somehow he could feel his hair starting to tingle. And he stops mid-stride and is now in the middle of the pool. Looking down at his body, he notices his skin starting to bubble like he's in a pot of boiling water. He's in such a state of shock that all he can do is scream. But he's out in the middle of nowhere, so no one can hear his cries of help as he slowly melts away into nothingness. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the appearance of SCP-242, a self-cleaning pool able to turn anything or anyone, in Jacob's case, into sterile water. This SCP has yet to be contained, so if you ever hear of a strange pool just popping out of thin air, I will steer clear of that one. Your bones will thank you. After Jacob never came home that night and into the next day, his parents began to worry, calling the police to file a missing persons report. It wasn't like Jacob to not check in or come home from being out. After questioning persons at the local pool he had worked at, they had given tips about the pool that had just shown up in the middle of the woods. Cadaver dogs were taken to the scene, and nothing was found in the general vicinity of where the pool was. I say it was because it was not there when the police arrived. After a few months of searching, and without any evidence of foul play, the police had closed the case, marking it up to a runaway, even though his parents were very insistent that he didn't run away, that something had to have happened to him. No body, no crime. That's what the police said. Oh! What's this? Oh! The pool in question has been contained, and there has been word of it being possibly used as a disposal of any SCP-related materials that are difficult to manage. Could you imagine being dissolved in a pool as your way off this mortal coil? Sounds like some type of mob stuff, sleeping with the fishes. Over here on Site 30, we don't get too much intel about the other facilities, unfortunately. Well, that's if you're not me and have Gary on your side. SCP-242 is approximately 4.5 meters wide, or around 15 feet, by 9 meters long, or around 30 feet long, with depths ranging from 1 meter deep on both ends, or about 3 feet, to 1.5 meters deep in the middle, or about 5 feet. Total volume of around 53,000 liters, or about 14,000 gallons. Just quick conversions to those who don't know the metric system, thanks to Gary. I'm not good at math, so I leave out all that stuff to him. And like I mentioned before, it has dual water features, an in-pool vacuum unit, and stairs on one end. It is being kept at an unremarkable home somewhere in New Mexico. The exact location has been redacted from files, so it's somewhere within the state. It is classified under the safe classification. And if you don't know what that exactly means, I explained it in another video that will link in the description down below if you missed it. In the home resides 2 doctors whose names have been redacted from files who pose as a married couple with no children. The backyard is defined along its perimeter with a cinder block wall about 2 meters high in accordance with the homes in the area, which is around 6.5 feet tall. The pool is monitored at all times by a single level 1 guard who also covers the couple's live-in cook. Human monitoring was introduced after Incident 242-1, what I'll cover here in just a second. Swimming or wading in the pool is strongly discouraged, and any access to the pool by anyone other than Class D personnel for experimental reasons is forbidden. Any substance, when placed into the pool, will eventually be transmuted into sterile water, which will remain sterile even after removed from SCP-242 and introduced into a non-sterile environment. A sample taken from SCP-242 was taken and poured into a container of water that had been tinted with red food coloring and didn't mix, but rather stayed together as a little bubble. The length of time required for transmutation to complete is dependent on the nature of the substance placed into SCP-242. Ordinary river water that had been sampled from a redacted location in New Mexico was completely sterilized in 7 minutes. Stagnant pond water taken from a redacted location also in New Mexico was sterilized in 18 minutes. 50,000 liters, or about 13,200 gallons, of coal tar was converted over the course of 12 days. And while the pool contains nothing but sterile water, there is no apparent action of any of the features of the pool. However, once a non-water substance is placed inside, the water jets and waterfall will come on even if disconnected from any sort of power source. The vacuum, if it is attached, will also come on and drive through the bottom, even through extremely viscous liquids. Pipes leading to the filtration system have been completely removed and shown to be empty and dry while pool contents are being sterilized. Now to the Incident 242-1. On a redacted date before the introduction of human monitoring, being monitored only via hidden camera, a man and a woman, apparently in their early 20s from the footage, scaling the rear wall and got access to SCP-242. They proceeded to undress and go swimming along with 2 vinyl inflatable rafts they had gotten from the shed in the backyard. After the water jets came on, the female appeared startled and said she wanted to leave. The male just said it was just the automatic timer coming on to clean the pool, and there was nothing to worry about. Oh, how wrong he was. The couple continued to swim and engage in intimate activities. After 24 minutes after the jets had come on, the female was heard to say that the water was really warm and making her feel tingly. The male had agreed, and they both climbed onto their rafts and fell asleep holding hands. However, 29 minutes or so, around 5 minutes after the jets had initially started, both of the rafts popped within 4 seconds of each other. Just pop, pop. The couple was then immersed completely in the water. It was at this juncture that a significant frothing of the water began, with a deep red color being given off from the subject's location. They were heard to scream very loudly and had attempted to exit the pool. But before they could, however, the couple went under the surface once more, and the frothing stopped, and the pool went from red to nearly clear 48 seconds later. It was then that the decision was made to have a lifeguard at the pool. After roughly 2 weeks, a story was leaked to the press, I'm guessing by the Foundation itself, that the couple had eloped to an unknown location somewhere in Mexico. The Foundation really needed to cover its butt after that one. There had been several experiments with SCP-242 that had been conducted with Class D personnel. One that was quite interesting to me, which was they wanted to know if SCP-242 was safe to drink. Interesting concept for sure. Gary got me the tape that wasn't redacted of a recording of the experiment surrounding that very concept. The doctor's name has been unfortunately redacted, but the test subjects were labeled A and B. Let's have a listen, shall we?
All right. Once you've entered the dive suit, we'll lower you into the pool. All you need to do is take a drink from the metal straw by your mouth when instructed to do so.
I can't see out of this thing. Shouldn't there be glass in here? Why is it all metal?
That's classified. Just get into the dive suit, please. Is the barrel full yet?
Yep, awful.
Good. Remove the siphon and get into the other dive suit. You will not be placed into the pool. Just drink from the metal straw fed from the barrel when told to do so.
So if I ain't going into the pool, then why am I getting into that thing?
Again, that's classified. We went over this in the debrief. Just do as instructed, please.
Damn, it's dark in here. There's no light. How will I find the straw when I... Oh, there it is.
SCP 242, Experiment 17 times 0 set. Subject A, please take a sip from the straw and tell me what you experience.
Ah, it's pretty warm. There's a weird chemical aftertaste, but it doesn't last long.
Good, thank you. Subject B, please take a sip from the straw and tell me what you experience.
It's cool and tastes, well, like nothing. It's good.
Very good. Thank you, Subject B. Subject A, what is going on? Please take another sip.
Wow, I've got a lot of gas. Ugh. This stuff just really tastes warm now. It stings my mouth. How much longer is this test?
Okay, Subject B, please take a sip.
Yep, same as before. No taste or smell at all. This water... Is this water? It's cool and pleasant.
Subject A, please repeat the process.
Ow. Fuck, this is really hot now. And hey, what the fuck? Is that one of my fillings? What the fuck is this shit?
Please just report your experience as precisely as possible. Filings can be replaced. Subject B, please repeat the process.
This is boring, Doc. Seems like a lot of hassle just to give us a drink of water.
Subject A, please respond. Subject B, please take another sip.
Ah. Yep, still nice.
Okay, Subject B, we're moving on to the next phase, which will be a full medical analysis. But you'll need to, decompress before you can exit the suit. It will take several hours, so just get comfortable in there. Please just take a drink every time the indicator light goes on, and let me know if anything changes. Use the urination adapter as needed.
Understood. Damn, that was easy.
Well, testing was ended due to internal electrical and subsequent structural failure of atmospheric dive suit A. They didn't attempt to retrieve it, and a complete loss of that suit happened after 15 hours. Subject B was extracted after 17 hours. No psychological changes, and their urine was recovered and showed no extraordinary properties. Subject B has been released to the Class D pool group for future testing. Wow. This guy's was a very interesting incident. It was definitely something. My skin just tingles just thinking about it. And I hope you found this incident enlightening, and I hope you learned something. Let us know in the comments about your thoughts and feelings and what SCP you'd like to see in a case file for the next incident. Be safe, courteous, and polite out there. Until next time. And remember, stay anomalous.